Magpul Corporate. Hey, Mr. Ruger, how's it going? You want me to kill the RXM? I thought we just... Okay, sure. And make it look like it was an accident? You got it. Yeah, thanks. Have a good one. Hey, I'm Cody. Welcome back to the channel. Carry handle, AK, and Daewoo stuff is going to be back on the docket here shortly, but today is going to be short and a little different. I'm sitting on the floor because I've just moved. As you can see, there's no Lava Lamp RPG behind me. So today I'm just going to do a little bitchin' session about the RXM, its future, where it will go, and where it should go, because unfortunately those are two different places. Ruger and Magpul got together and marketed the Reuploaded as a modular pistol platform. The only real direct competitor that it had was going to be the Springfield Echelon and the SIG P320. The thing there being that those pistols had a modular fire control unit just like the RXM, so theoretically you can just drop a different grip module on it, and with the same firearm have a different sized gun. Now between those two competitors, Springfield has a bit of a middling reputation these days, and SIG shot themselves in the foot figuratively and a little bit of literally. Safety concerns are kind of getting to the P320 right now, and I just don't see a lot on the Echelon at all. They didn't really surprise me or excite me when I went and saw one in person. The idea for the McGrugle right here is that it would take parts from the Gen 3 aftermarket, which is huge, and so on launch you'd have a lot of different options for things you could do to your pistol. And the bonus is it's on an FCU unit, so for the stuff that you would normally have to go to your FFL for a new piece, like a frame for, you could theoretically just do it on the fly, like a P320, have multiple setups on one firearm. And so almost a year later, after the release of this thing, the only thing that we really have for frames released by Magpul is different colors. And honestly, I don't give a shit when RIT dye and spray paint exist. Before anyone jumps down my throat in the comment section about the Icarus frame or some of the other metal ones out there, I'm not really interested in spending the price of the gun all over just to make this thing aluminum, steel, or whatever frame material those are, because if I wanted to do that, I would just would have bought a Bretta like a good Carbaholic in the first place. Carbaholic or GWatt LARPer, I'm not sure which one would be a better insert there. So no reasonably priced products exist to make this any other size than the Glock 19 size it is right now, which means that this pistol is effectively not modular, which was the big selling point for it. So we've already talked a little bit about the Echelon and the P320, and I would be remiss if I didn't add that Glock a few days ago also has made their own little misstep. They announced the Gen V Glocks, or the V Glocks, I'm not sure if it's a Gen thing or whatever. Basically, they're going to discontinue the Gen 5s here in December, and all the new Glocks will basically divorce themselves from the current aftermarket and be non-optics cut from the factory. Good lord. So with all the competitors to the RXM making some pretty big missteps right now, what does Magpul and Ruger have to do to make this pistol more successful? There's two major things. First of all is, as promised by Magpul, grip modules need to come out. This gun is only offered right now in a Glock 19 size, which is compact frame, compact grip. Now you can't just ramp these things up overnight, but they've been working on it for a long time. For the love of God, just drop the subcompact and the full-size grip frame. Basically, the 19 is what's available right now. If we could get 45 or 19X sizes, as well as whatever the Glock 19 barrel and short frame would be, I've heard some speculation that Magpul's dragging their feet so that they can stock these grips better, and once they drop them, they won't sell out. That being said, I think they should just go ahead and drop them anyway. They need to show people that this isn't vaporware, because people, myself included, are walking away from the platform. I bought a Timberwolf frame so that I could turn this gun into a Glock 45 or 19X platform gun, and I wasn't really going to wait anymore for Magpul to get off their ass. That's the bare minimum, and that's what they promised from the start. I don't really care if other colors even become available because, like I said earlier, RIT dye and spray paint, so who gives a shit? The other thing that I doubt this will ever happen, but I think should happen, is Ruger should go ahead, and with Glock discontinuing a whole bunch of their Gen 5 stuff, the 47, which is super popular, is going to disappear, so Ruger should put out some Glock 19 long slides. That way, you could take this pistol and long slide it and make a 19L, or you could make, full size, make it 47, you could have a 19, you could have a 45, all on one FCU, just like the SIG P320 and all the different sizes available for that make that gun so popular. I'm not going to speculate on why Glock's doing what they're doing, but I will just say that it's going to leave a hole in the market. The 47 is pretty popular, and if this gun could be 47able, that would be pretty good for sales. I've said this before, but the Ruger has a better iron sight and optic plate setup than Glock, and that's going to be doubly so once Glock stop coming with optics plate for who knows how long when these Gen V guns launch. Whenever Magpul gets around to dropping more grip frames, that'll go a long way for getting people what they want to build the pistol they want, but Ruger could combo punch that with the longer slide, and then you'd go even further for getting people what they want, and honestly that would fill in a gap that even the huge Gen 3 Glock aftermarket doesn't have. You could please nearly everyone except for Glock haters and lefties because the Gen 3 is not perfect, but you do what you can, you know? Now, I would love to get told that I'm wrong on this one because I like this pistol, but what's really going to happen, not that fantasy I just described, is that Magpul at some point is going to put out some grip frames, and that might be about the end of it. With the development cycle on both Ruger and Magpul side of things, I think this gun is going to basically be this, what you see right here, and then a subcompact frame and a full-size frame, and that's really it. Unfortunately, I think they're banking a little too much on the Gen 3 platform and the aftermarket for it, so they're not going to support it super heavily outside of that basic obligation, again, if they ever even get to it, of just more grip frames, and then you can do the rest yourself with aftermarket stuff, which is a mistake as far as I think, but I think that's what they're playing at. And so what's going to happen is you can't buy these guns a la carte in different sizes other than maybe compact or full a little bit down the road. So people aren't going to invest super heavily into them. The aftermarket's not going to go crazy for them. And the vicious cycle will continue to where things don't get developed because they're not selling, and that just feeds into each other. There's a real small window here where the P320 has safety concerns, the Echelon's kind of lukewarm, and Glock's messing up, so that gives the RXM a real time to shine if Ruger and Magpul were to go all gas no brakes on it, which I don't see them doing, honestly. The RXM is going to continue to be a small footnote at your local gun store, and its only real claim to fame is going to be that it's modular, but not for real, and the actual selling point is just going to be it's cheaper than a Glock. Lefties won't like it, but fuck them. I'm not a Glock fanboy, I'm not a Magpul fanboy, and I'm certainly not a Ruger fanboy. I do just want to see a good pistol get the love that it deserves. With the P320 safety issues and the fact a lot of people won't touch them with a 10-foot pole these days, I think something needs to come in and fill the gap. The Echelon's trying, the RXM has a really good bid at it, but with the parts availability of it, it can't beat the P320's frankly amazing aftermarket support. And not just aftermarket, SIG themselves have all kinds of different slides and frames available for that thing to make it whatever you want, and if other competitors like this or the Echelon don't step up and do that as well, they're never going to have the same popularity. The SIG military contract helps of course too, but we'll see how long that lasts. The SIG P320 is pretty cool and you can build it into anything you want. As long as it isn't a deal breaker for you, then you can't both appendix carry and expect to come back home with both your balls attached. Okay, non-Glock cope rant over. Regardless of all this bullshit, you should get out and train, shoot, touch grass, all that fun stuff. My Instagram is right here. As always, thank you for watching. I have been Feather Run, and have a good one.